there's a quality difference there between Kenya and Gambia at the moment. Sometimes people ignore that and just look at the names and okay, Gambia is maybe a small country of 1.5 million people, but we've got over 200 footballers playing in Europe, and that's what Kenya aspire to have. And hopefully with all of the development that's going on through the Talanta Ella programs and the various things that can happen in the future. But for us, it was about first of all matching the Harambee Stars in the fight, in the running, in the work rate, because we know, look, this Harambee Stars team, I don't know that there's a team on the continent that works harder than the Harambee Stars. Even when it's 3-0 down, they're still running. They're not giving up, and that's huge credit to what the coaches are doing and just the character of the players. But for us, we first of all had to match them in that, and then gradually be patient on our quality to take over. And you saw that, we scored some really nice goals today. In the second half, look, it was probably harder than it needed to be at 3-0 at half time, but we knew Kenya would come out hard against us. We were disappointed to concede the goal. Obviously, we were waiting to make that substitution on the side to swap out the winger. Kubo was, fatiguing a little bit, and yeah, 3-1, we're really pleased. To come away anywhere in Africa is incredibly hard to win and pick up points, and especially when you have a capacity crowd like today. So I think, look, it's a new team. If you look at the Gambia players who were in the lineup 18 months ago, 2 years ago, when they were at the AFCON, there's only maybe 2 or 3 of them still in the starting 11. There's a lot of young guys who were at the U20 World Cup a couple of years ago, and so they're maturing as a team, and that's what we said at halftime. We said, what type of team do we want to be? Do we want to be a team that can see out a strong position? And we showed that, so we're pleased. There's more to work on, but we're pleased.
Thank you, Coach.
Ourselves, as opposed to Kenya. In the first one, we pass the ball into the centre and we lose possession of it in a silly position for the penalty. And again, look, I don't know what other teams, are 3-1 down in injury time and still running like they're being chased by a lion. Yeah, and so I think people will be disappointed here in Kenya with the result. Of course, everyone wants to win football matches, but I think there's a big future for this team. There's a big future. Going over old ground, if you go back to some of my interviews when I was working here, I was a little bit outspoken about some things, and so I think I don't need to refresh what my thoughts were of previous eras. I think you've got absolutely the right coach here. I think get behind him. He's hugely experienced. He's got these, yes, it's been 8 or 9 months, but in terms of days, it's probably like 20 or 30 training sessions. It's still no time at all. So the progress the team's making, yeah, I think Kenya are going to go a long way. So yeah, stick with the current guy for a long time is my suggestion.
Let's